Today we are going to be looking at the first half of 2026 on the Uganda Security Exchange, and specifically looking at the blue chip stock companies that are on the Uganda Security Exchange, which include Airtel Uganda, Bank of Baroda, DFCU, MTN Uganda, Quality Chemicals Uganda, Stanbic Holdings Uganda, and Umeme. So we are looking at a simple capital allocation that is building a portfolio of 700 Ugandan shillings, 700,000 Ugandan shillings, and allocating 100 Ugandan shillings to each of the blue chip stock companies. So based on the prices that were prevailing by then in January 2026, if somebody invested the 100 in Airtel, would have gotten 1,176 shares. Then if that one had the same 100 in Bank of Baroda, could have gotten 2,128 shares. Going on to DFC, could have gotten 332 shares. Going on to MTN Uganda, could have gotten 317 shares. Going ahead to Stanbic, would have gotten 1,658 shares. Then finally, if the last 100 was allocated to Meme, that same person could have gotten 413 shares. So looking at that portfolio we are building it based on the number of shares that that person could have gotten rather than the capital, since capital is equally distributed. So as you know, the number of shares determine the amount of dividends that person will get, or according to the performance of the company. So if you look at those prices down there, they are categorized into banking, tech, pharmaceutical, and energy, and where these companies belong. So based on this profile, and if somebody invested based on these, let's go ahead and see how could have been there. How could his portfolio have performed right now at the end of the first half of 2026. So looking at the performance of these blue chip stock companies throughout the first half of 2026, as you can see, Airtel was standing out, which gave a capital gain of up to 88%. That means if right now you decided to sell your Airtel shares, you would make 88,000 shillings plus a few shillings in capital gain. That means you make 188,000 Ugandan shillings. Then followed by Quality Chemicals, which made a 40%. That means you'd make 40,000 Ugandan shillings on top of your capital. Then followed by MTN Uganda, which gave a 36% gain on capital. Then followed by Stanbic Uganda, which gave a 29%. Then followed by Bank of Baroda, which gave a 19%. Then followed by DFC, which gave an 11%. Unfortunately, due to the prevailing circumstance in Uganda with Umeme, as you know, its concession with government ended in 2023, if I remember very well. So the company did not perform well in the first half of 2026, and it recorded a serious loss in capital gain. It recorded a loss. So if you on top of the capital you invested in January 2026, if you decide to sell all your Umeme shares right now, you would lose 70,000 Ugandan shillings. So besides the capital gain and the capital loss on the market performance, we also these companies went ahead and offered some dividends. On top of the capital gain, some of these companies went ahead and paid some dividends. So Airtel made a total dividend payout of 5.3 shillings per share. That would be a total of 6,235 shillings based on the shares that we bought in January. Then Quality Chemicals did a payout of 6 shillings per share. That would be 5,454 shillings in dividend payout from Quality Chemicals. And MTN also did have 2 payouts, totaling to 16.7, bringing you to the dividend payout of 5,301 shillings of dividend payout. Then majority of the companies also, the other companies, have also declared their dividends. For example, Bank of Baroda, it was approved by the shareholders on the AGM, but is waiting for the Bank of Uganda approval. Then Quality Chemicals is to pay their second dividend in July this month. Then also, and it is already approved by the shareholders. And also Stanbic Holdings Uganda Limited is going to be paying this same month of July. So that's how the market has been so far for the first half of 2026. Thank you for watching.